Hi guys, it's your Island Girl and I'm back with another one. What is Anzac Day? That's the video that we're checking out today. I don't know what Anzac Day is, do you? So let's check this out together if you don't. And for those who know, let me know your thoughts on it in the comment section. Let's get into this video. Here we go right about now. All right. Don't forget to hit the like, hit the subscribe if you're new here. Regular schmegglers, thank you for always being here. Okay, Australian celebration and commemoration. Okay, Anzac Day. Okay, so it's about Australia.
Every year in Australia, we commemorate a very important day in Australian history known as Anzac Day.
Okay.
At this time of the year, you might sometimes bake Anzac biscuits or stand in silence to reflect and remember Anzac soldiers.
Oh.
But do you know who the Anzacs were?
No.
And why it is important that we commemorate this day?
Okay.
In 1914, the world was in turmoil at the outbreak of World War I.
Yes.
Though Australia and New Zealand were considered young nations, both of these countries came together to help their British allies in the war.
Oh.
These soldiers were called Anzacs, which stands for Australia and New Zealand Army Corps.
Okay.
On the 25th of April 1915, the Anzacs travelled to a place called the Gallipoli Peninsula to capture the Turkish capital of Istanbul, known then as Constantinople. However, they were met by a fierce defence from Ottoman Turkish soldiers. What they had hoped to be a quick campaign turned out to be 8 months of brutal warfare.
Man.
8 months after their arrival, the Anzacs evacuated from Gallipoli, but not before many soldiers had given their life or suffered great injuries. In fact, over 10,000 Anzacs died at the fierce hand of the war at Gallipoli. Upon their return, Australia has commemorated Anzac Day since the 25th of April 1916, 1 year.
10,000 lost their life. 10,000. Telling you, war, the damage. And 1 year after their return, that's when Australia started celebrating Anzac Day. 8 months. Can you imagine being there for 8 months? The constant back and forth, so many injured, so many life lost, you see in you. Oh, shit, I'm telling you. Oh, man.
After the Anzacs first arrived at Gallipoli. There are many symbols and emblems that you might recognise on Anzac Day. Let's have a look at a few of them. Yum, an Anzac biscuit. It can be fun to help bake these and even more fun to eat around Anzac Day. But it's a bit funny to remember Anzac Day by eating a biscuit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where did they come from? The Anzac biscuit we have today is similar to a type of food many of the Anzac soldiers carried with them. Because they didn't have fridges or shops to get food from, the soldiers needed to eat food that would not go bad over time.
Okay.
Many carried the first Anzac biscuits, which were a substitute for bread. Though they can be a tasty treat, they also help us remember some of the struggles Anzac soldiers went through.
Got it.
Another symbol you might recognize are flowers, such as red poppies or rosemary flowers.
Oh.
Red poppies were famously found growing in some of the most brutal locations of World War I, such as northern France and Belgium, after the war had ended. Rosemary flowers symbolize memory and were found scattered throughout the peninsula at Gallipoli. Because these flowers are very symbolic, they are used as a way for us to remember those fallen by war. They can often be seen being laid down in remembrance of fallen soldiers
Man.
during days such as Anzac Day.
Least we forget.
The original Anzac Day was significant because not only was it a day to remember and pay respects to the families and friends of those that had died in war, it also played a major part in forming an Australian identity of courage and mateship that is still important today.
Oh, wow.
Whilst the Anzac legend lives on, soldiers from Australia have defended our country in other wars since World War I. This means that when we commemorate Anzac Day, we remember those that have given their lives in service of our country on other occasions as well. There are many ways Anzac Day is commemorated today.
Now that makes sense. So it's not just about what happened in 1914, but through to 1915, but all soldiers who have lost their lives, who have, for the sake of their country. And I can see where the poppy and the rosemary comes in, because I didn't even know that's how it came about. Pretending poppies grow in areas, rough areas. That isn't that something? But when I stand here and I listen and think about all the devastation that war causes, man, you can't help but think why, why does this continue till today? Why? Jeez.
Often people will rise for a dawn service. These services are held at dawn each year because this was the same time Anzac soldiers originally arrived on Gallipoli shores. What are some of the other ways we remember those in our past and present who have committed themselves to the service of our country on Anzac Day?
Wow. Now I get it. Thank you for suggesting this one. Had no clue, learned something new today. And I'm telling you, if you stop to take the time out to look at different countries and what they celebrate and commemorate, you will learn so much of what a country has been through or is going through. Because I had no clue about this, none whatsoever, and what just Anzac represents. So it's not just Australia, but it's also New Zealand. Soldiers as well. Man, I'm telling you, the heartache and pain. But then it explaining why a cookie is eaten. Because I'm like, okay, how would that correlate? But there it is. They didn't have fridge, so they didn't want stuff to spoil. Something that would last long. My hats to you guys. And least we not forget. Least we forget. Least we forget. That's something that I've always seen. Always, they're always remembered. They're never forgotten. It's an island girl, and I'm running out of here. Be good, be kind, be safe out there. Love each other. And if you can't be good and you can't be kind, keep yourself to yourself. Aye. I'll catch you guys. Keep the requests coming. Don't forget to hit the like, hit the subscribe button if you're new here. Go in the comment section, tell me what you'd like me to check out next because it will be done. Love you guys, and I'll catch you guys in another one. Bye.